The Age of the Spiritual Machines. Ray Kurzweil has a couple predictions. This is a German last name, by the way. Kurzweil. Short because that's what it's called. Transhumanism, BCIs, AI. That's what we're going to be talking about now. So let's get right into it. Kurzweil's theory predicts a future where humans and AI merge, leading to radical cognitive, physical, and societal transformation. That is the explanation for transhumanism. So, man and machine. And BCIs are an example of that. You guys probably heard about Neuralink before, and they've had quite some breakthroughs in the past months, I would say. And it can modify brain activity too. So these brain interfaces read, and I think that they also write. So they can change and manipulate what's happening in your brain, which is fascinating and a little bit scary at the same time. I wonder what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below. Would you ever get a brain interface? Neuralink is one of the first brain-computer interfaces that have actually been implemented. Surgery is needed. So it is an invasive brain interface. Neuralink has a huge patient waitlist. Bring on the robot surgeons. So I'm guessing that the robotic surgical arm is more precise. You can implement the brain interface with maximum precision. 10,000 individuals are interested in having its N1 device drilled into their skulls. If the Neuralink can cure a handicap, make the blind see, make the impaired walk, is it necessary to implement it into the brain? Why can it not be outside? People can sign up to participate in the company's clinical trials online, but to qualify, they must have either limited or no ability to use their hands. The 12 patients with the implant use it for 7.5 hours a day on average. Just one patient uses theirs consistently for over 100 hours a week, or about 14 hours a day. Okay, that's super interesting. I wasn't aware that you can turn it on and off. Now, my question is for you. Would you get a Neuralink to enhance your capabilities? So let's say you don't have any impairment. You have no handicaps and you're good. Would you still get a Neuralink? Recent breakthroughs. AlterEgo is the first near telepathic interface designed to make technology as intuitive as using your inner voice. So I personally believe that this is like an in-between step. And I can imagine that gadgets like this will still be diving deeper into research and development. And maybe at some point, we're going to have a more advanced piece of equipment that we can wear outside of our head that can influence our brain waves or help create those connections that are missing. I will be leaving the link to this product in the description below. So basically, it's an earpiece that can react to your spoken voice. And it can be as quiet as possible. It can even go as far as detecting what you want to say right before you speak it. Think about it as a private Alexa. You can give it instructions simply by whispering. Now, I guess that such a product could have a use case for some. I'm just asking myself, what would I use it for? What would I need it for? I want you to send an email to so-and-so. I mean, just imagine this little earpiece would be your control hub for your phone, for example. I mean, that would be super cool. It's not out yet, but you guys can just go on this little get notified button, then enter your email. So the question is now, where do you think we will be headed. More than just a list of predictions, Kurzweil's prophetic blueprint for the future guides us through the inexorable advances that will result in computers exceeding the memory capacity and computational ability of the human brain by the year 2020. Are we there yet? It is 2025. I know for a fact that we weren't there in 2020, but in 2025, we have LLMs that have way more processing power than a human. But at the same time, it uses a lot of compute and a lot of power. When you compare that to a brain only needs the power, let's say, of a dim light bulb to get going. I would argue that we are still way more powerful than AI. So we'll see where this goes. I want you to leave a comment below. Tell me, where do you think we're headed? And where do you think we are right now? Do you think that AI has surpassed us yet? I would love to know. But anyways, this book is super interesting, and I do recommend looking into it and reading it. I must say I don't really agree with this gentleman here, but still, but it's always nice to have a different perspective. It usually gets my mental juices going. So, highly recommend. And I think he has a couple of other books too. So, the question is now, will people without disabilities want BCIs? Cognitive enhancement, human AI integration, and everyday convenience. So, faster learning, memory augmentation, direct brain to internet access. Think about that for a second. Would you want that? Then real-time translation, telepathy-like communication, new forms of creativity and entertainment, hands-free device control, seamless interaction with smart homes and environments. Now, I mean, I can do that all from my phone, correct? I mean, I just have to push a button. I want to be honest, I'm not a fan of putting something in my brain. The brain needs absolutely no enhancement. It needs me as a human to understand who I am and to use my capabilities to the fullest. Because I personally think that modern day humans are still not aware of their true power and therefore do not use it wisely. We don't know anything about long term effects. We don't know anything about device reliability, because something that's in your brain, imagine it breaks, you got to get another surgery and get it out of your brain and then replaced. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Who owns your neural data, right? Where does your neural data go to? Who reads it? And now the question is, if we merge with machines, what does that say about us being human? This is what our future is supposed to be? Become more machine-like? If you think about the Mars theory, if you think about Elon Musk wanting humans to travel to Mars, I'm not sure if our pure human shell will allow us to live there without any problems. Now, I personally am not interested in going to Mars, but many are. So who knows where we are going to be headed? Will we have Earthlings and then Marslings, and those are the ones that are half human, half machine? Or how is that going to look? So I wonder, where do you think this is all going to go? I am very traditional. I cannot imagine me being on Mars. I can also not imagine myself having a brain interface and being superhuman. I do believe that I have everything I need to be superhuman. But at the same time, do I have everything I need to live on Mars? Are we going to be living in a multi-planetary system in the future? Definitely worth it. I love diving into stories like this. It just keeps my mind sharp and gives me a different perspective. And that allows me to think even more critically. But this magazine is going to keep you informed and ahead of everybody else. Comes out monthly, so make sure you go check it out on myllm.news. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Friday, and I'll be back on Sunday. Peace out.